Alright guys, we're rolling now. So, we got Jessica and Scott in the front. Okay. We got Joanne, Jason, Don, Sherry.
Yes.
Alright guys.
Roger that.
All aboard. So again, my name is Edmund, alright? I got the pilot responsibilities. Number one, I'm going to get you around safely. Number two, you got music in the background. Alright, I'll be your DJ this morning too, guys. Alright, kind of for better for worse though. No requests. Alright, no requests. Safety, seatbelts low and tight, preservers on. Alright guys, cool. My boxes are checked at this point, so I'm going to go radio silent here for a little bit and manage the takeoff. When we get about 1,000 feet up in the air, I'll be back with you. Alright, we'll start the points of interest from there, but right now just relax. A few things about taking pictures, guys. Take as much as you want. I don't care which direction you're pointing the camera. You know, have the phones unlocked and ready so you're not missing the opportunities. The other thing is, please do not do this. Don't look through the camera. Okay, you're gonna get sick. Nobody gets sick in my helicopter, right? Thank you. Alright guys, that's it.
Got it. You got it.
This transmission is coming to you. This transmission is coming to you.
You got it. 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 You got it.
All right, you want to go?
You got it. You got it.
All right, you want to go? Go. We see the Earth.
You got it. You got it.
We see the Earth now.
You got it. You got it.
We see the Earth.
You got it. You got it.
We see the Earth now.
Alright guys, I'm back with you. And now those mics, they're on as well. So if you want to use the mic, you have to hit the button. You have to bring the mic within an inch of your mouth and just kind of project into it. So since we have such a nice morning, let's talk about the big picture, about the big island here. All the mountain peaks that are kind of poking up around us. Okay, let's start off the far left. This one's Kohala. Kohala is well over 1 million years old. What's happened, Kohala has moved so far to the northwest, it's cut itself off from the Pacific hotspot. So Kohala is never going to erupt again. But that's where the back valleys are and the waterfalls. We got the community-wide Kaloa just here in the pocket. And then you've got the big solar complex that just went up in the past year. That was halted due to COVID, but they put maximum effort into getting that up and running, so that one's going now. Coming around at the 12 o'clock, the big tall mountain, that would be Mauna Kea. Mauna Kea just shy of 14,000 feet. That's asleep, so that's a dormant volcano. Last time that one erupted about 5,000 years ago, but it still has potential. And then off to your right, that'd be the next youngest, Hualai. Hualai just over 8,000 feet tall. That's a dormant volcano as well. Last time Hualai erupted about 200 years ago. And that's where Kona is, on the south side of Hualai. Then out in the distance there, 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, the big long mountain, Mauna Loa. Mauna Loa also just shy of 14,000 feet. That one's an active volcano that erupted almost a year ago now, just after Thanksgiving of 2022. And our flight path here, we're going to get up into the saddle. We're going to cruise past Mauna Kea on our way up to the most recent lava flow off of Mauna Loa, and then eastbound towards Kilauea. Kilauea considered the most active volcano in the United States. About a month and a half ago now, there were some orange lava springs in it, and the caldera actually filled up an additional 100 feet. But it has cooled off, and it is on a rebuild cycle at this point. So guys, since we're cruising here, I want to bring up 4 points of management real quick. Number 1, AC is going. You can move these vents in any direction you want. Open them up, close them up. But if you put it at your face, it makes you feel like you're flying. Number 2, if you see my mouth moving but you don't hear me in the headset, that means I'm talking to traffic. So if you ask me a question and I don't get back to you immediately, please just give me a moment of time or just try again. Number 3, we could get into some turbulence. Every once in a while we get into an eddy off of a ridgeline or something like that, but I'm not putting you into anything the aircraft cannot handle and that I cannot manage. So you're going to feel it. Aircraft's just going to move with us. If you are susceptible to motion sickness though, A, let me know how you're doing, but B, find the bags. You got bags up here for you, and also in the back of the seats there. And then the last is when we descend out of altitude, you're going to get pressure built up in your ears. You got to get ahead of that, alleviate it, grab your nose, blow the pressure out of your ears, or make big chomping motions like you're chewing bubble gum. That's it, guys. That's all for the boring stuff. All right, Jason, I see you got the mic in your hand.
I was just looking at all the groves of trees, thinking about animals hiding out in there and whatnot.
Yeah, right on. Okay, so all this is kind of just pretty much grazing grass for sheep and goat and cattle. Pretty much everything on the island was livestock, or is livestock for humans that came along the way. You're not gonna need to worry about any bears. Yeah, no lions or anything out in the tall grass.
Yeah, and I see like animal trails down there and stuff too.
Yeah, and a lot of these 4x4 roads, that's part of the ranch off to our left. So these are kind of back ranch roads. But also Pohakaloa is a joint military base up here, and sometimes they'll come down here with their tanks, with their Jeeps, the Hummers, and the dirt bikes, and just kind of practice out in this area too.
What kind of hunting do they do here?
Yeah, it's all sheep and goat are the top two, and the wild boar. Right, so the Polynesians, they brought the pigs and the chickens, and then from there the more travelers brought the sheep and the goat, and then cattle is the only other really big animal on the island here. Cattle were a gift to King Kamehameha. He liked them so much, he said, let them roam, let them become part of the island. So there are huge ranches on the island, specifically over there on Kohala, and we'll be flying over them in a little bit. But this see how green it just got? So this is the rain line of the island. Where we lifted off, Waikoloa is all exposed lava rock. That's because there was like, we only get about 15 inches of rain per year in Waikoloa. What's happening, you can actually see it, the clouds get pushed from the east side of the island up and in the saddle here, and typically they'll kind of stall out there and it'll rain out on the east side. So Hilo gets over 160 inches of rain per year. If it doesn't rain out over there, it'll maybe make it over here, and it'll basically completely rain out before it gets to the west side of the island. So that's why it's just kind of a little bit green here. Maybe about 60 inches of rain per year on this band of the mountain.
Beautiful.
Boy, it's beautiful to the north right here on our left.
Doesn't even look like grass, it looks like velvet.
What's our elevation right now?
We're climbing at 6,400 feet off of sea level.
Nice.
Yeah, you're a couple thousand feet off the ground though.
Jason, you see that fault right there? That's your reading right there.
Yeah, we got two of them here. You got this number, 6,800, or you can see it down here. You guys see these big hills up here with the divots on top? They're kind of all over the place. So the Hawaiians, they call them pu'us. A pu'u is a pressure relief valve or a vent for the main volcano. At one point, lava would have been spewing up and out of these. But with a lot of time, they just kind of weather down and round off. Some of them even kind of collapse in on themselves. There's not too much of a structure to it. But loosely translated, a pu'u is a pimple. It's acne for the main volcano.
They look like ant hills.
So up to our high left here, guys, that's Mauna Kea. Mauna Kea means the White Mountain because it gets so much snow. From December until basically late April, there's a blanket of snow up on top of Mauna Kea. It's feet of snow. You know, people go skiing, they go snowboarding. You know, you folks from Colorado might be like, oh, okay, 14,000 feet, snow, whatever. That's off of sea level, though, right? Yeah, you get tired real quick. A lot of people will go up there with a cooler. They'll grab some of that snow, head down to the shoreline, finish off their day with a sunset, adult beverages, sitting in the snow, snowman by their side. With all that snow, that's the residence of Paliahu. So she is the goddess of ice and snow. Her sister is Pele, the goddess of fire and lava, and she resides down in Kilauea, but shows up wherever she wants.
Hey, Edmund, in terms of knots, what's the top airspeed of this aircraft?
So we have the safety floats on this, so that prohibits us from going over 130 knots indicated. But with a good tailwind, I've been up at about 165 knots. So that's like It's almost 180 miles an hour. To your right, guys, this is Pohakaloa. That's a joint military base. All the armed forces, they'll come up here with helicopters, with tanks. You have small arms fire ranges out there as well. They're just kind of out here gaining some experience. And just recently, in the past week, there was a massive South Pacific joint exercise. So with Japan, Australia, New Zealand, the U.S., the fighters were going around. We had the C-130s. So we had 16 C-130s in the air at one point last week.
Would have been awesome.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't seen much activity in the past couple of days, so I think it might have kind of slowed down. But they were parachutists jumping out and everything. You guys have it on your list of things to do to get up on top of Mauna Kea?
No.
Not yet?
No, we've been here, we're going on almost 2 weeks now, and we had our daughter's wedding this last week. We've just been slammed. This is our first excursion doing anything out.
Awesome, guys. Okay.
And we leave on Wednesday, so really this is mainly it. Yeah. We'll be back, though.
So we can't fly up there because of those telescopes. There's a flight restriction for us. Whatever they're emitting, it's no good for the aircraft. So we don't fly up there, but I only ever highly suggest it to people. You know, if you ever come back, plan to do it. You know, it takes all afternoon. Leave at like 2 p.m. You don't come back till about 10 p.m. But there's two ways to do it. One is to drive Saddle Road here, up this ridge line to the visitor center. At the visitor center, they're going to stop you, make sure you're doing okay with the altitude. But if you're okay with altitude, and if you have a 4x4, you can continue up to the summit, up to 14,000 feet. And then go take a walk around the telescopes up there.
So we'll have to come back to do that.
Yeah, plan it for like an hour before sunset, so you catch the sunset.